Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Let's see. Audio is good. Picture is there. Nothing else left, really. Welcome. My name is Ike. This is Switzerland.playit with TAGN, the Angry Game News, every day, 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. I talk about video games mainly, video games hardware, video games software and tools and all that stuff. I try to find interesting shit out there. And about movies a little bit and shows sometimes, but I try to focus on video games and try to bring you stuff that maybe will be overseen by the majority. So that's my job I put on myself. Unfolding Joker. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Activision Blizzard. They're being a little bit stupid with Overwatch. We are talking about Capcom telling us no Mega Man so far. We're talking about the Goonies, the sequel. We're talking about Steam, and finally they got on the train of age verification in a different way, though. In a different way, maybe a little bit more sensical in that manner. Like they are not overreaching, in my opinion. Let's just check everything out today. One by one, we have a lot of game announcements. I don't do regular game announcements because otherwise I will never be finished with the show. But let's talk about this movie. This movie is anticipated by a lot of fans of the franchise, Mortal Kombat in general. Mortal Kombat 2 will be delayed. Weeks before release, Mortal Kombat 2 has been delayed 7 months. Mortal Kombat 2 will now release on May 15th, 2026, according to the headline. The last-minute decision was made purely for financial reasons, as movies typically don't perform well at the box office in October. It's claimed that the test screenings for Mortal Kombat 2 have been strong, so this potentially influenced the decision to shift the film to potentially more lucrative period. Isn't like the holiday season more lucrative than in May? I don't know. It seems a little bit weird. If the movie's finished and you wanted to actually release it in October, you could release it in December, potentially. I don't know. It's just a little bit weird. Sounds a little bit not super honest, telling us for purely financial reasons in May next year. It was first announced in January 2022 that Mortal Kombat 2 was in development following the success of the previous year's movie. It was successful in the sense of it did a lot of fan service, but it was not super successful financially. It was okay. It did better than like just breaking even. So there's that, but was not super successful. Talking about success of another movie, another remake. that went to the shitter. Red Sonja has never been a movie star. That's what makes her movies fun. I don't know. Oh yeah, reading. Red Sonja, the original from the with Bridget Nielsen, was pretty successful overall. Was beloved even in theaters. Money-wise, I don't remember how well it did, but yeah, this one. Poor Red Sonja just can't catch a break. The pulp novel and comics character, often paired with Conan the Barbarian, is currently featured in a movie adaptation that took more than a decade to make it to the screen, only to receive an unauspicious one-night-only theatrical engagement, followed by a VOD release. I showed here the trailer when it was announced, just shortly before the cinemas. And it looks dog shit. It looks not fun. It looks just lame. It has all the alarm bells going off in your head when you watch a trailer. And I'm not surprised that it got taken off after one day in theaters, right to what? They could have done it all together without the theatrical release. Probably would have saved you money more than anything else. Not shipping out, distribute the movie, making a reservation of the theaters, you know. But yeah, I mean, there you go. Not very successful. Just a little side note there. Bloober Team has plans for more horror games on Switch 2. Could Silent Hill 2 be next? Bloober Team has plans to release more horror games on Nintendo Switch 2, following the release next month of its latest game, Chronos: The New Dawn. I'm trying to make my personal dreams come true, Bloober CEO Piotr Babieno told the Game Business. I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I grew up with Nintendo consoles. The most important horrors, like Eternal Darkness, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 4, were available on Nintendo GameCube. It was a gold time for Nintendo fans. In some ways, we would like to be the one to open a new chapter for Nintendo right now. He continued, we have some plans. We are not able to share our vision for the future yet, but definitely Nintendo fans could take a look at a Bloober Team. More horror for Nintendo Switch 2, why not, yeah. The best example is Luigi's Mansion, said Babieno. What Nintendo game director Kono-san did with this title was pretty impressive, and I believe that there is a huge possibility to repeat such an idea in the future. Yeah, but Luigi Mansions was not really scary. It was not really horror. I mean, it was horror maybe for 5-year-olds, but other than that, it was just a new idea, a new game in the like Super Mario franchise. But it was not really horror. Come on. Could we see the Silent Hill 2 remake on Switch 2? It's currently a console exclusive on Sony's PlayStation 5, but that exclusivity ends after the game's first year on sale. That'll be 8th October. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was on the console-wise just exclusive for the PS5. So yeah, there's that. If Chronos: The New Dawn is coming to Switch 2, then perhaps Silent Hill 2 could follow suit in the future. I mean, it would do the console good, having just more games in general, but it's not an exclusive, so I hope whatever you have in plans here, a horror game may be exclusive for Nintendo Switch, especially after you praised it like you're such a big fan of Nintendo. Let's see, Gears of War did okay, had a lot of troubles actually with some glitches and performance issues. But now we got like news about player base size. Gears of War reckons it's ended the console war as Reloaded tops 1 million players. More than 1 million players have tried out Gears of War Reloaded following its release across PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC earlier this week. According to the developer, this milestone means the title is ending the console war on Grub at a time. We are not so sure about that. Yeah, I'm also not sure what they mean, like console war ending, like because it was so successful on the PS5 now. The player number has likely been accelerated by free upgrades and on platforms where the franchise has existed before, as well as its inclusion on Xbox Game Pass. But we have to imagine full price PS5 sales are strong, as the series is making its PlayStation debut on Sony's system. At the time of writing, on the US PS Store, the remaster is currently ranked 10th on the bestsellers list, behind only Metal Gear Solid, Delta, Snake Eater, and evergreen releases such as Roblox, Fortnite, and Madden NFL 26. I wouldn't call Madden NFL 26 evergreen. It's just because of the franchise. Like every year they release a new Madden, right? That's why it's evergreen, like always in the top 10 there. And fuck Roblox in general. I'd certainly be interested to see a breakdown of sales across all systems, but we are unlikely to ever get that level of granular data outside of estimates. Yeah, we're gonna come to a little point about sales number again, because those companies always claim stuff. Like throughout the whole industry, they always claim numbers and all that, and they never show really like absolute numbers. That's just fascinating to me. Maybe they are like a little bit embarrassed that they don't sell that much altogether, you know. Doesn't matter which companies, which publisher it is. Who knows? Now, there was a rumor the whole time going on, and I see why. That the little girl from Pragmata was actually a Mega Man game, because similarities. And I mean, I get it. Mega Man, Rockman is actually a boy, an AI in a machine, you know, has this arm that can shoot energy out of it, Oibimo. And if you look at her dress, her little suit, has similar like appearance. And she does like some energy and manipulation stuff with her AI powers there. You know, so I see the similarities. Capcom has poured cold water on fan theories suggesting upcoming PS5 game Pragmata could be a secret Mega Man title. Having analyzed footage from previous and official trailers, fans have been drawing comparisons between Pragmata and the Mega Man series. The theories are based on the strong use of the color blue in the robot girl's design, as well as plot points such as the use of moon base taken over by machines. Some fans have now taken these connections to mean Pragmata could be a Mega Man game in disguise. According to the producer of Pragmata, Naoto Oyama, these links are essentially just coincidence. Speaking to VGC, Oyama said, while laughing, Pragmata is not a Mega Man game. It is a completely new game from Capcom. Oyama is happy Mega Man fans are passionate about Pragmata, as he serves as a producer on the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. But there's no official connection between the two IPs. Due to release on PS5 in 2026, we've now played Pragmata a number of times and have come away impressed on every occasion. Most recently, based on a Gamescom preview build, we said we hold this game in very high regard We are really looking forward to the full campaign. He says, the producer says here, like, yeah, he sees the coincidence and all that, but I think he's just influenced himself, you know, just like in subconsciously, just took like certain elements of Mega Man, of the whole Mega Man theme, and put it in his own game. Yeah, sure, the girl is not alone. She is all the time sitting on a backpack of this dude here, of this human. But similarities are still there. Blue, she has kind of, it looks like a cannon, her arm in the suit. It looks like a cannon. She uses her AI powers to manipulate and to interrupt the machines. You're fighting the machines again, you know. It's maybe he was influenced and doesn't like to admit it. I don't know. But I look forward to this game, you know. Seems like a good game. You know what is not a good game? But Kotaku claims it is a good game. Star Wars Outlaws. It didn't go well for Ubisoft. It was a shit show overall. It didn't make any money, really. It was a loss for Ubisoft. Just beside Assassin's Creed, besides Skull and Bones, besides Avatar. Avatar, on the other hand, was like a good game. Just worked pretty well, unlike the other big releases there. But yeah, Star Wars Outlaws was also a flop. What is going on with the Switch 2 version of Star Wars Outlaw? Star Wars Outlaws is coming to Switch 2 in just a few days. It's Ubisoft's first big port for Nintendo's new handheld hybrid. So why isn't the company talking more about its 2024 blockbuster coming to the best-selling console of 2025? I mean, just alone the fact that they use the word blockbuster tells me they are out of their mind. They have no idea what's going on in the gaming industry, really, but still are considered as an outlet, and publishers and developers still talk to them, which is sad. We need new platforms. We need really new platforms who are more neutral, who are a little bit more sassy, who are a little bit more accurate, who can like distinguish from reality from video games and all that. That's a big part in the today's game industry, video games magazines industry, because no one in their right mind would use the word blockbuster for this game. You just wouldn't. You just fucking wouldn't. It's absolutely insane. It was a shit show. It was a flop. It didn't make money. So how can it be a blockbuster? Come on. Get your shit together, Kotaku. Who wrote it? Ethan Gah. Star Wars Outlaws, a stealth adventure about gangsters and bounty hunters on the fringes of the Galactic Empire, is currently the 10th best-selling game on the Switch 2 eShop, thanks to the digital pre-orders. But you won't find it anywhere on the show floor or at PAX West this weekend. Yeah, PAX West, by the way, just started this weekend. I don't know about that again. So I just talked 5 minutes ago about numbers, selling numbers and all that. And I tried again to find like hard evidence for those numbers, those ranks, how they make those ranks up and all that shit. Again, I just can't find it. I don't have like a whole day time for stuff like that. But still, I should be able to find something. But I didn't find shit. So I am just confused how they make up all those lists in these days. Especially Ubisoft. I even can imagine that Ubisoft actually buys their games themselves, like hidden, like behind proxies, to push it in the ranking somehow. There's no way people are really waiting for this game. That it just I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just weird. On the other hand, Switch 2 has not a lot of games. We have to consider that too, right? So 10th best-selling game might be not a big achievement there, you know. I'm just saying. But there's no way it's gonna be better than many other games on the Switch already. Despite stations for fans to try big ports like Elden Ring and Borderlands 4 on Nintendo's new hardware, a demo of Star Wars Outlaws was only playable behind closed doors, according to YouTube channel GVG's new hands-on video. Even worse, the outlet was prohibited from sharing any direct capture footage of the Star Wars Outlaws running on Switch 2. Over-the-shoulder recording wasn't allowed either. The demo GVG tested included an early section inside of Star Wars Destroyer, of a Star Destroyer and a ship fight in space. The frame rate often appeared to dip below 30 FPS, while the visual quality varied from good to unimpressive depending on the scene. And GVG didn't even get to try on any of the open world section down on the planet. There have been some potential red flags around Star Wars Outlaws' performance on Switch 2 for a while now. You mean like they had on a release with the game on every system they released it on? Oh, I'm shocked. I'm surprised to find out. At a partner Nintendo Direct earlier this summer, Ubisoft only showcased the game for 2 minutes, and most of that was developers. Ubisoft Red Links is doing the port, talking into the camera rather than direct feed of gameplay. What little snippets the publisher did share didn't look outstanding either. Digital Foundry pointed to some impressive lighting effects at the time, but was left mostly with concerns about just how downgraded it would be from the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS versions. Outlaw was a glitchy mess. It was a shitty glitchy mess, not just a glitchy mess. It is sad they are even bothering with this. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit more. Like, Ubisoft could have done any other game with more success. You know? How about Avatar? The game looks just way better in general. How about Avatar releasing on Switch 2? Assassin's Creed, was it already released, or do we have even a release date? Will it come? Assassin's Creed Shadows Switch 2. I don't remember. Because Assassin's Creed would be better. Would be better than Outlaws, at least, you know. As a port of Assassin's Creed Shadow for the Nintendo Switch is highly anticipated. Okay, it is just anticipated. They should have worked on that. They should have worked on that. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with Ubisoft. Let's see, IGN. July news, blah blah blah. Do they have any? Forgot. I reported on that. I'm pretty sure, but that was around this time. But we don't have like a confirmed release, anything. They should have done more work on Assassin's Creed and released that on Switch. How about that? Maybe it was just way cheaper with the Outlaws, you know, to port it on Switch 2 to make a little bit money back. I just can assume, but I just don't believe them that it's the 10th best-selling game on the eShop. Like all the games from eShop, you know, from the Nintendo eShop. It's weird. Again, I have a little suspicion there. Nintendo and Nintendo, Ubisoft might buy their own game to make it appear higher in the list. A few days before the official launch, the first gameplay has appeared, apparently emerged, showing Star Wars Outlaw running on Nintendo Switch 2. So I don't want to go deeper into that. We now have footage. It's quite some footage, almost 40 minutes long. Is it real footage from the Switch 2 version? I am not sure, especially because Nintendo first party stuff, they didn't allow to connect anything. Even if you had like the game already downloaded and all that, they still like blocked the game. Only on release date you could have played. That was like a big thing. And if you would have shown footage, and they know which account it was, for example, from Mario Kart World, they fucking would have banned you. Nintendo would have banned you, your account, probably closed it down and bricked your console. Who knows? Ubisoft could have done the same. I mean, the game will be released in a few days officially, but how did somebody manage to get like the key card, game key card for Switch 2? Probably somebody sold it too early, some store, and he just installed it and was allowed to download it. All a little bit suspicious, a little bit weird. If that's real footage, it looks okay, but I'm still not gonna play it, so whatever, man. So what other big failures will be coming out on Switch 2 to just fail again? It's hard to say if it's gonna be a fail. If that's, like I said, if that footage is real, it seems like they fixed all the major issues and people might enjoy this ugly character. She's just made ugly. She's just made ugly. I don't know why Ubisoft thought that was a good idea. Now to more good news. Very soon we're gonna get a Hollow Knight Silk song. Many people are super waiting for that, like for years now, because they love the Hollow Knight for some reason. It looks fine, but I was never interested in it, so whatever. But because of the new sequel coming out very soon, the original got level upped in the sales. Hollow Knight reaches 15 million copies sold. As Team Cherry finally truly nails down a release date for Hollow Knight Silksong, the studio has confirmed the original game has managed to reach 15 million copies sold. Reaching the 50 million mark is one milestone not many independent games managed to achieve, cementing its bug-filled world and crushing gameplay as a particularly important universe for gaming going forward. We'll see more of that universe when Hollow Knight Silksong finally launches for PC, Switch, Switch 2, PS4, 4, 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Yeah, I'm happy for PS4 and Xbox One players. They can enjoy this game. And it's going to be nice. Because it's going to be pretty cheap, actually. They didn't just go up with the price, you know. They want to give the fans, like, decent quality, fun for a good price there. Hollow Knight Silksong will retail for just $19.99. While there's been a lot of rumors over the past few days, including a $20 price on GameStop since removed, that was later corroborated by noted leaker Bill Kun. Developer Team Cherry has now confirmed it, revealing the game will retail for $19.99 in the US. That's US dollars, of course. €19.99 in Europe and 2,300 yen in Japan. So many players are gonna be super happy. They're gonna buy it or pre-order it right now. If you enjoy like those side scrollers, those kind of Dark Soulish difficulty stuff with like comic style, that's the game for you. Just saying. It looks very, very, very fun in general, but still something pushes me away. Just saying. A good game that people want, being sold at a low price as well. Wow, this should do well. Oh, it's gonna do amazing. It's gonna do amazing for that price, and it is one of the most talked games of this year. Actually, many people waiting for it, like going crazy, just going crazy for this game. And for that price, and I think it's going to be released also on UrhG, so they believe in the players giving out DRM-free versions out there. So yeah, I think it's going to be a win for the players. They're going to have fun. It's going to be a win for the developer and publisher there, the Cherry guys. What I find interesting is that they point out Bill Kuhn here. He probably made this prediction and the leak after he saw the GameStop stuff. So once more, just a pretender out there. Little side note of this game, we're gonna watch the trailer. I think that is awarded. Space Adventure Cobra, the Awakening launch trailer animated series gets Nintendo Switch game. Now that Space Adventure Cobra, the Awakening has released on Nintendo Switch, we've got a new launch trailer. This is a new action platformer that brings the cult 80s anime classic back to life for a new generation of players. It's not only on Switch, but that was like the first news I saw. And it was released last week, actually. And it looks fun. If you liked, for example, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, you're pretty much going to like this one.
Peggy 12.
We live in an extraordinary...
Fuck you, YouTube, you liar.
Peggy 12.
We live in an extraordinary era, believe me. The universe is vast. It's the perfect playground for those seeking wealth.
So if you can't wait for any Mega Man release, that might be actually like a good kind of Mega Man stylish side-scroller.
But I take great pleasure in standing in their way.
The music, absolutely 80s stuff.
Crystal Bowie's armies spare no effort in trying to find me. It's high time to put an end.
It looks super smooth. It looks like you need to work a lot in this.
Whoa! What's happening now?
You're probably gonna die a lot too.
Impossible!
Intrusion detected.
Cobra, it's a trap.
Don't worry, I'm in top.
Very simply done.
It's
Has
time
this
to pull off some tricks.
2.5D aesthetics, but still comic-like, anime-like.
Good.
Be careful. Everything is collapsing.
Don't worry, you can trust me. Curse you, Cobra!
Unfortunately, this is not on UrhG. It will cost you about $23, $24 US, something like that. The regular version. It looks just good. It looks like another side-scroller with a lot of fun included. Similar to, like I said, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, and, for example, the new upcoming He-Man is also like similarly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all those. And don't forget, like Terminator 2D also. We have a lot of goodness this year, actually, with 2D side-scroller, 2.5D side-scroller stuff. I like it a lot. Sounded like Seinfeld's soundtrack. Not really, no. Absolutely not. Will Jeremy D-Day Cobra play it? I doubt it. His Cobra comes from G.I. Joe. He has probably never heard of this Cobra. Probably never heard. I mean, I also didn't watch like the anime. But yeah, it looks good. It looks just good. Now, let's talk about Steam. Steam finally goes along with the age verification stuff by the UK lawgivers. The Online Safety Act. In their way. And their way is way more reasonable. Way more makes way more sense. Steam now requires age verification in the UK for mature game pages. The restrictions seemingly went into effect on Friday after social media users spotted references to the requirement on the Steam's FAQ. Thankfully, the process to verify your age is straightforward. UK users need only to add a credit card to their account, and those who already have one registered will face no restrictions. I mean, you don't know if it's the credit card of your parents, but sure. Maybe the Ofcom, the British organization who looks after the law being fulfilled in the UK, will come after Steam. I actually suspect it, because they will say like, it's not enough. It's not enough. You need an ID or you need something else. The age verification requirement comes ahead of the enforcement of a new Online Safety Act in the UK, which makes online platforms responsible for their users' safety. Sure, safety. Oh, please save me from myself to see titties. Thank you so much, UK lawgivers. Platforms will be required to prevent children from accessing harmful and age-inappropriate content and provide parents and children with clear and accessible ways to report problems. I don't mind the reporting problems, like an easier way for that, but it's just a fucking excuse, as usual, to control people online. And don't forget, the UK is pretty cooked overall. I didn't talk about that because it has nothing really to do with gaming or like video movies and such. But everybody saw like the last week's short video of this supposed immigrant who was chasing a girl, a 12-year-old girl, and the sister, who was supposedly 14-year-old, got her knife and her little hatchet out and threatened that immigrant to stay the fuck away. Just protecting her little sister there. Of course, everybody went like apeshit on both sides, if you can call them like that. I don't mind her protecting her sister if that was really the case. But I mind a lot that the UK authorities went after the girl with the knife and the hatchet. And they don't care for girls being raped in the UK, seemingly. So what the fuck is going on there? So I think the UK is like cooked. On the other side, they try like to pretend, yo, we're gonna protect your children from harmful content in the webs. How about you protecting the children in real life, physically? You know, I'm just saying. I'm not big in the camp of like blaming every brown people. That's what's going on. That's why you get this shit, because you're being so stupid and pretending to protect, but really are not protecting your own people in the UK. So get fucked, Ofcom, get fucked, all the British lawgivers. Oh shit, they might want me now in front of a court because I was telling them to get fucked. They are such shitheads, man. Other gaming platforms such as Xbox and Discord began encouraging users to verify their age in order to access certain content earlier this year. Starting early next year, age verification will be required for players in the UK to retain full access to social features on Xbox, including voice and text communication and game invites. As this age verification process rolls out across the UK, we'll continue to evaluate how we can keep players around the world safe and learn from the UK process, Xbox said. We expect to roll out age verification process to more regions in the future, which has zero fucking connection to any laws, but how about we just prepare your fucking mindset that you are actually gonna own jack shit. Your account doesn't mean jack shit. Your money doesn't mean jack shit. You are just gonna be a little puppet, a mindless puppet, being controlled. Nobody gonna give a shit about your well-being, actually. But don't be naughty and don't do anything wrong, man. Otherwise, we're gonna close your account and you can't even enjoy games on our platforms. There are no laws that requires that, but yeah, we're gonna roll out more age verification across the globe. That tells you everything, actually. Keep that in mind. The UK just went ahead. They are like the punching bag right now for this the whole endeavor about online control, you know. But what the fuck do I know, right? Oh, nothing. Be super happy. Not just happy. Be super happy. For fuck's sake, they will protect you from words, but not the grape gangs. Yeah, that's exactly it. All Commonwealth countries are cocked. They are. Maya and Ruby. Those are the names of the girls. Yeah, it's a shit show. What can we do right now? I mean, you can do something, just not go along with their requirements the whole time. If you are so dependent on playing modern games, you probably don't deserve that freedom you actually have right now. Just saying. Xbox is making it easier to pick backups games on consoles. We talked about that now they verified that you can have this whole system across all platforms from Microsoft, just picking up the game where you left. Microsoft wants to ensure it's easier to return to recently played games no matter what device you pick up. Your Xbox Play history should now start syncing across consoles, PC, and eventually the ROG Xbox Ally, which is a PC too. Thanks to an August update rolling out now. In other words, if you start playing Gears of War Reloaded on your Xbox Series XS, but then decide to move to your PC another day, the cover-based shooter should be ready to roll from your play history. Cloud-enabled games should also start appearing in your recently played list, according to Microsoft. That includes if you checked out a Game Pass title via the cloud to actually own it. You actually own it. Or actually own it. Why did I read you? Or actually own it. Such as an original Xbox game like the Elder Scrolls 3 or Morrowind. Yeah, that's just more confirmation. Now the update just came out. It was rolled out and it should work. I don't know. I am not touching the Xbox app ever again. It is infesting your system. That's all I can say. Little side note for people who played that back in the days. Fear Effect for PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC now available. That's an old PlayStation 1 game from the year 2000. I guess we can watch a trailer if you want to. You know what? No. How about no? It's just a side note for your nostalgia ticks there. Fear Effect now available. And the publisher is the original publisher still, Square Enix, but also done by Limited Run Games. Now to the big news. Are you excited, guys? Are you? Tell me. The Goonies 2 writer has a promising update. This is the movie I want to see as one of its biggest fans. Really? Nobody wanted that. But now we have like bulletproof confirmation it's gonna happen. If the money doesn't run out, if they don't cancel it like mid-production. For example, Batgirl, anybody? 200 million production. Poof, gone. They supposedly deleted all footage they recorded of that movie at Warner Bros. So yeah. It's hard to imagine that someone has even been hired to write a sequel to The Goonies, let alone that a follow-up to the 40 adventure film is actually happening at all. Somehow, though, screenwriter Pozzi Ponchirolli is the brave soul going further than Chester Copperpot or even the Goonies themselves have gone before. Finding a brand new treasure hunt to send them on, which, according to him, is coming along swimmingly. While speaking to Deadline at the Venice Film Festival, Pincarelli confirmed just how far along in the writing process he is, and it should get fans of Bully, Blinders, and Slick Shoes excited. I have turned in the first draft, which was very well received, and I'm on the second draft, and I'm about 95% done with that. So we're moving in the right direction. Right direction for yourself, probably, but maybe they're gonna piss off a lot of fans. Maybe it was just fine leaving it where it was, but yeah. Oh, haste. The only thing that could work for Goonies 2 is an all-out slasher horror. Slasher horror? I mean, I saw Goonies maybe 2 decades ago last. I watched it a few times back in the days. I don't remember a lot of it. So I was more like the first time I saw it as a teenager, you know. I don't know. I was not like scared. I just find it like a wholesome movie, like a movie you can watch anytime when it's showing on TV, pretty much. So I'm not gonna rewatch. I'm gonna actually wait for the Goonies 2 to be released, and then gonna rewatch first the Goonies, the original, and then the second one, to have a little bit more fresh mind, like to be able to make a better comparison there. Like they all die, but except Data. What? Except Data? That is Star Trek. And even in Star Trek, Data dies. I don't know who. I don't know the names of the people in Goonies. So any direction is better than where the long gestating project has been up until now. Talks of a sequel have been circulating for years, with the late legendary director Richard Donner mentioning on repeated occasions that he and producer Steve Spielberg had developed ideas for a new chapter, only for it never to come to fruition. Sorry. Even the debate had arisen between original cast member and the film chances, with some assuring fans that the return to the Goondocks wasn't going to happen, while others were primed and ready to get back into the hijinks they first found themselves back in 1984. So yeah, like the team was just split. Some were super hyped, others were like, that's never gonna happen. Probably because they didn't want to be involved at all, you know. They nobody wanted to be involved at all, so whatever. Bro, I can tell. Data is the Asian kid. The Asian kid, I mean, I remember the Asian kid who played also the kid from Indiana Jones, right? Yeah, I mean, did they all die? I really don't remember. So how a sequel is gonna work, we're gonna see. Now that the film is finally getting the green lit, it will understandably raise questions that often accompany a new movie tasked with carrying on the legacy of such an iconic entry. I know there's a lot of "do we need a new Goonies?" explained Ponchiroli, but I'm the biggest fan of the original. It's my favorite movie of all time. I'd never redo the Goonies. To me, it was a story that never ended. So this is the movie I want to see as one of its biggest fans. It can be very tricky if a real fan is doing like something in that franchise. It can be very tricky. Either the fan is like out of its mind and just tries to involve himself in the project, in the franchise. And I don't know anything about the Pinchiroli guy here, if he is like one of those guys who is out of his mind and who's gonna destroy this franchise once and for all because he has silly ideas, because he has in himself like this nostalgia feeling and tries to make it something that it's not actually. But now he has the chance, as it's the biggest fan, to see what he wants to see. It's always tricky. It's always tricky. For example, Miyazaki from who made Princess Mononoke and other big Nausicaa, big Ghibli movies, animes, right? He taught his son how to do animation and all that. And the first movie of his son, I think, what was it called? Earth something. Fuck, I forgot the name. But the dad watched the son's movie, and like artistically it was perfectly fine. But the dad had to run out the theaters because he said like, you never put your own emotion in your work. And he might be super right on that. He just walked out of his son's movie, which is like a big fuck you, son, there actually. But yeah, and he just told right away when he came out, the camera team was there to record for this documentary style thing. You never put your own emotion in a movie, in your work. Yeah. And it feels to me like you put your own emotion in the sequel, The Goonies. So it might just be very bad. Oh, Aramis, good to see you. Good morning, everyone. Have a great week. You too, buddy. Jay is a huge fan of the Goonies, and I doubt he is excited for the sequel. Yeah, he might be better like judge there. Currently, there are no confirmed plot details nor any clarification on whether any of the original stars will return to head off on another adventure, most likely with their own children. But they seem not to be dead, Demo. That's all I can say. But yeah, there you go. Disney probably destroying. It's Disney, right? Who cares? Whoever is producing it, it's going to destroy it, probably. The chances are very, very high. Little side note, Escape from Tarkov is coming to Steam. And it has been done in a kind of humorous little manner, The maker, Nikita Boyanov, just posted this. I find it, I don't know why, I find it super funny. Just an old guy steaming, I think it's a funny meme he put out there. But yeah, if you're a fan of extraction shooters, finally it's on Steam, or it's gonna come on Steam. What was the release date? The confirmed release date, 15th of November. Version 1 will be released 15th November. Little side note-ish, but we have to talk about it a little bit more though. Yeah. Especially for Ever Eden, because she is an Overwatch simp, I would say. All I want is something original. Is that too much to ask? It's not, no. I mean, you can do good sequels. Depending on the lore of the whatever the franchise has to offer you, you can do sequels, no problem. For example, I think Gremlins 3 has potential because like the Gremlins are still there, It's not like an extinct species. So you can make something fun again. But with stuff like the Goonies, I really don't see why, right? I don't see why. But yeah. Let's talk about Ever Eden and her love for Overwatch, shall we? Overwatch 2 takes action against 23,000 cheats, bringing total of banned accounts to over 1 million players. That is a fuck ton banned players. That's a lot of banned players. That's way too much, actually. But the reasons, they have some reasons why they ban people, which pisses me off. Let's talk about it on the last 5-10 minutes here. Overwatch 2 has enacted over 23,000 actions against cheaters after rolling out new system to find and detect players who use mouse and keyboard in console lobbies, a practice known as simming. Yeah, you heard that right. I didn't know that was a thing, but it is a thing. You were and still are not allowed to use mouse and keyboard on consoles, for example, because they have specific lobbies. Only controller lobbies and only mouse and keyboard, other controllers version lobbies. While enacted, it doesn't necessarily mean all 23,000 accounts were banned outright. Blizzard says that brings the overall total of banned accounts to over 1 million players. The new mouse and keyboard support will impact how we action users who previously used unapproved third-party peripherals to gain an advantage over players in the control pool. Blizzard explained in a new blog post. Bypassing the set restrictions in a pool with unapproved peripherals will be considered cheating and actions will be taken on your account. How can that be correct? How can that be right? How can that be like okay in my opinion? You know? And what they mean with approved or not approved are just controllers. But do they know what controllers you plug in? Like more expensive, more like precise controllers, maybe controllers who are just better for that game than the regular controller, you know? Like joystick, right? How do you determine that? Do you have a list with all manufacturers and models, which controllers are fine? It's just weird to me that you try to make it a thing here. Because it's a difference, right? If you have like a controller for $20, very cheap, and you're all right in the controllers lobby, but also can buy a controller, so it is maybe $250, is way more precise, way more comfortable. You're way better with it in general because it's just built better and more precise, reacts better, you know, less latency and all that. So how do you determine that that's okay to have like these differences in controllers, but not being allowed to use mouse and keyboard? It's just weird to me, very weird. Previously, we developed technology to help find and detect players who were using those peripherals on consoles. We enacted over 23,000 actions against players since that deployment. This included players who were directly using unapproved peripherals, as well as players who grouped up with them to benefit from that unfair advantage. Do you remember the times when like the companies had no idea what controllers you really are using and that they shouldn't give a shit? They shouldn't tell you what you're allowed to use hardware-wise? Is it allowed to have an Xbox Series X, like the more performant one, or a PlayStation 5 Pro with more performance to have the advantage? Is that allowed? Is that approved, Blizzard? Is that approved? Tell me. It's just fucking retarded how you behave here. And I hope you lose more players. I hope Ever Eden never gonna play this game again. She probably still loves it. It's an addiction, most likely. Blizzard then admitted that it had to adapt new workarounds, but was now ready to take more aggressive actions against those who try to circumvent the competitive integrity of our console players. We've rolled out new tech for Season 18 that should help us spot players that use unapproved peripherals faster and with more reliability. The post added, we are also laying down harsher consequences on users of unapproved peripherals, since the legitimate opportunity to compete using mouse and keyboard on an even playing field is now available. regardless of whether you own a PC or console. Previously, the team would warn and restrict any offenders and send them to the PC pool, especially for cheats playing at competitive levels above Diamond. I mean, I get that for cheats, sure, but like, how can you compare it mouse and keyboard with cheats? Seriously, how? Also, is it the player's duty to read, like, I don't fucking know these days, especially for Blizzard, because you're connecting it with your Blizz Battle.net account, that the game and all that, right? You need the EULA, you need to read the whole EULA, you need to read the game's EULA itself, you need to read about, let's say, 50 to 80 fucking pages just to see if you are not an offender, right? In their eyes. So what the fuck is going on these days, man? Now they're telling you, like, unapproved peripherals. Do you have like a list? Do you tell the people who want to buy the game right away, those are the approved peripherals for those pools? I bet you are not doing that. I bet you're just hiding it in the terms of services somewhere deep, deep down. Nobody's gonna read that shit. Don't tell me otherwise. Only if you have, like, if you're super bored and for some odd reason you wanted to read it, but nobody's gonna read that because a lot of that shit is, by the way, illegal in many countries, you know, but whatever, right? Shit like this is why I can't support crossplay. Oh, are you like telling me as a PC player you don't like me my mouse and keyboard haste? I mean, I get it, you know, I get that part, but it just doesn't make sense. You can have a very cheap, bad, shitty controller and very expensive, good, precise controllers. It's a price thing. And why not meet in like in the middle? If I can use a good mediocre keyboard and mouse to be on the same level play-wise. And of course, yes, if I'm gonna compete, really, I want to be honest. I myself, I would go to the PC pool with mouse and keyboard in the first place. I just find it weird how they behave, like what is approved and what not. Now, however, continuing to use unapproved peripherals and devices in the controller pool will result in a full game account ban regardless of the player's rank or mode. The recent action has resulted in over 1 million accounts being banned from playing Overwatch 2. This includes players who used aimbots, wall hacks, and other cheats, as well as those who grouped up with known cheaters. So yeah, that's what's super not okay with me. Like, you're putting mouse and keyboard just because it's different hardware on the same level like cheating. That's not okay. That's just not okay, you know. While the effort to stop cheaters and the cheats they use is an ongoing effort, we want to reiterate our commitment to ensure the outcome of every Overwatch match is determined by skill and passion, and not through unfair advantages, Blizzard added. Is it, though, an unfair advantage? Is it not just like everybody can have that? You know? Everybody can have, like, cheap mouse and keyboard to be on the same level, more or less. I just don't get it. Online gaming was just fine before we tried intermix console and PC. I don't know. I didn't play a lot on the original Xbox Halo, you know, online. But that was the only reason for me to get back then the Xbox Live subscription. And you had only this Xbox Live subscription and it worked perfectly fine. You were just had online rosters and you had all those little online perks and all that. It was not really an advantage, right? But you still could have with the right tools. And I was perfectly fine with it. I didn't have the USB dongles for mouse and keyboards. but they worked actually on back on the day on the Xbox. And playing Halo on the Xbox with mouse and keyboard even back then was a big advantage. You were more precise. But the game was so good, it was not needed. It was not needed because you could train yourself to be as good with mediocre players on mouse and keyboard. That's just facts. The game was just so well designed, you could have played with controller only the whole time, you know. So why can't Overwatch do that? Why can't Blizzard manage to do it in Overwatch? It's just weird to me, man. It's just weird that they try to tell you with what hardware you can play. What if I have a better CPU? What if I have a better GPU? I can have the advantage there too, you know. What if I have, like I said, PS5 Pro or PS4? It's an advantage. Are you going to have now PS5 Pro lobbies? They're just bullshitting players there. I think they are not able to mix it correctly or distinguish it correctly, whatever you want to do. They are not doing it right. Anyhow, we are an hour in. We didn't have a lot of chat interaction, mainly BMO, keeping the chat alive. Haste came in later. You're gonna see in the credits who was here and who said hi. But yeah, usually I do a little bit longer on Mondays because the whole weekend I have to cover more or less. But yeah, was actually super calm despite having the packs. But we're gonna have more news probably today for tomorrow, for example, with pack stuff. That said, my name is Ike. That is Switzerland.playit here with TAGN, the Angry Game News, every day at 10 a.m. here on this channel on Rumble. Fuck you, Rumble, by the way. I'm gonna keep that fuck you, Rumble. With a passion now, for reasons. You want to hear it? I'm going to give you like a half a minute to tell you if you want to hear it in the chat. You tell me if you want to hear it. Why? Fuck you, Rumble. I mean, I'm thinking a lot the last month actually. Leaving like streaming in general. Kind of done, but I enjoy this new stuff, you know. Sure, let loose. I'm not letting like loose, but I was in the creator program, right? So I did all the requirements. I did super okay there, you know. I have more than enough hours streamed, more than enough hours viewed. Chat interaction is there, you know. Overall, like all those things are like tripled than the requirement is needed. But I don't see like how Rumble really helped me at all, you know, in the creator program. Zero benefits from it. I had zero benefits. I had like to do like the ad reads. So is the benefit for $1.40 something worth it to be in that program? They didn't feature me once. They didn't put me once in any tier of featuring in the picked list, you know. That would just help, I guess, the channel to grow a little bit better, easier. They didn't feature me one in the whole month. They could have had many opportunities. The news, mainly, I don't care for the game stuff. The game stuff is in general lame, I think. But they didn't feature once the news. That would help, like, having different content. They didn't do that, so fuck Rumble in general. I'm not gonna do the creator stuff anymore because I have no benefits. It doesn't help the channel really out. So what's the point of being in the creator program without any benefit? Thought you loved Rumble? Fuck you. Fuck you too, Sarge. Ahoy. Where did this idea come from, loving Rumble? Tell me. I'm going off soon. I'm done with the news. We talked about the Goonies. So you have chance to tell me. Whenever did I say I love Rumble? I like their tool, Rumble Studio, when it fucking works. For news so far, once I had the trouble with whatever. But other than the whole month, no, I streamed actually longer with Rumble Studio. You peddle their premium and praise their Rumble Studio. It's such. I just can repeat myself. It's not my problem if you're not like educated in technology. It's really not my problem. So if the tool is like okay for what I need to do and it works pretty fucking well for the news, not for the rest. It's not my problem that you have no idea about technology. I try to explain to you like multiple times, but you're giving me shit every time, like like you do. It's fine, but it makes no sense. I will slap him for you, Ike. You don't need to. The thing is, when you shit talk, you need to know about what you're shit talking about. Just saying. Great idea. What was Bimo's idea? The creator program is not really going well. I heard many complaints. But you love. The thing is, I don't mind the creator program really if people are benefiting from it and enrolling it with it, you know, every month. But I don't see jack shit benefits. And I see through Rumble's lies, mainly through Chris's lies. It might change. Maybe they need like a few days to update in the back end for like whatever portion they told you they're gonna give you from the viewed hours and all that. But that should have happened today already. Like you have all the numbers, right? You can very quickly just split it up to the cents. So what's the issue there, you know? And it has to be only on your account. It doesn't have to be like payout already, you know? So what's the issue there really? It's just weird. Rumble is lying. The very first time, the very first month, they gave out $500 to each in the creator program. So I think that was just wasted money, just so Chris can claim, or everybody at least. The program was so successful, everybody made at least $500. Go look it up on X. Go look it up. It's just dishonesty again by Rumble, you know, giving out just plain $500 to everybody who was in the first creator program, and then claiming everybody at least made $500 because of the creator program, of the success of it. It's not very honest, you know. It's just not very honest. No matter how many people watch me, I did all the requirements. I have more than enough of everything there. I just have. But not one news feature. You could have done just one. Maybe one more, like two. Like all 2 weeks, one feature. That would have helped the channel out to grow, having more chat interaction and all that. You didn't do that because why you let me in this time in the program in the first place? It's just super weird, you know? And connected with all those lies by Rumble, it's just weird. So I'm not gonna do the creator program anymore. I was just enrolled in this month now, but I'm not gonna do ad reads. Fuck that now. And if you paid attention, if you watch news more often, maybe there is no creator logo anymore on the screen here. I just deactivated it everywhere because of that reason. If I don't benefit from it, if nobody benefits from it really, why you keep doing it? And I see that with many other little channels. You're gonna do the premium only. You're gonna do the ad reads again. It's just all weird. It's all weird with Rumble. And they fucked me over yesterday. That pissed me off once more. In today's Rumble news, Ike says, "Fuck you, Rumble." I said a lot of fuck you rumbles. A lot of fuck you rumbles. In tomorrow's Rumble news, Ike says, I'm sorry, Rumble, I love you. Shut up. Shut up. Anyhow, tomorrow 10 a.m. as usual, every day, Monday to Friday, news here. Take care. Bye-bye. We got BMO, Aced, Dear Sarge, Ever Eden, all the Rumble. I actually disabled him in the credits, but it's still showing. Aramis, thank you. Mrs. Sarge. And the very first one today, before Ever Eden unfolding. Oh, today laundry. Who does laundry also today besides me? Eden shows she's thirsty once more. Just calling for a random penis. Ahoy and bye, John and Epi.